Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are live from the Rabdog Command Center here in the bedroom part of the operation, not the main operation itself, where we are going to be watching the Brewers and Cubs and reacting to everything that goes on. Apparently, the Cubs extended Jed Hoyer, their president of baseball operations. Good for the man for securing a job. And the Milwaukee Brewers, they made a trade as well today for a 200 hitting backup catcher, which I will get into that in between innings. I'm sure it'll be mentioned here later. Yep, this is gonna be the W stream. I don't worry, boy. Boo, boo. We hate you. Get out of our damn state. Go back to Chicago where you belong. Boo, boo. I'm limited to booing because I can't say anything else because it's a family programming, but boo. Thank you. So the Cubs starting nines: Michael Busch, Kyle Tucker, Seiya Suzuki, Pete Crow Armstrong hitting the 4-hole, Carson Kelly, Ian Happ, Dansby Swanson, Nico Horner, and Matt Shaw rounding it up. And God help me, thankfully this is muted because I have to have the marquee Cubs guys on because I couldn't find a way to jerry-rig the Brewers. But when it's muted, I guess it doesn't make much of a difference. And it is Jacob Mizorowski Day. Here's to the Miz. All right, the first pitch is in. 101 mile an hour pitch for a strike. The Miz is throwing missiles right out of the gates here. We'll see if Michael Busch can recuperate or not. That one hanging, fell for a hit right in front of Churio, so he got a base hit. We'll see what happens here, but I guess if you can get to Mizorowski early, then you'll have a chance. Also, if they hit one to like where the Brewers bullpen is, I'm hoping I can see my brother on TV as the stream is buffering. Curse you, internet. We can never have a smooth operation for these, can we? No matter how hard we try, we can never get a smooth operation. Now it's just a tad bit upstairs here, as it's going to be a 1-0 count to Kyle Tucker. And man, so far, Mizorowski is, well, he's only thrown 3 pitches, so 2 of them for a ball, 1 for a strike. We'll see what happens here. That's what damn near hits Kyle Tucker. Can we throw strikes here, Miz? Can we throw strikes? It's the Cubs. Nothing to be scared of. See, there you go. There you go. Keep throwing strikes. Nothing to be scared of. It's just the Cubbies. Mizorowski's arsenal is a 4-seamer, slider, curveball, and changeup. I love these graphics that show this mid-game for us. As he's in his windup, and that one just misses, it looks like. It is a 3-1 count, and the Cub fans are getting a little excited already. Can we get rid of those trash pandas? Why are there so many trash pandas in Miller Park? Or, excuse me, American Family Field, as Antanasio calls it now. That one... Why did the guy panic when he has the net in front of him? You have netting in front of you behind home plate with the whole backstop protecting you. There's nothing to be scared of on that foul ball. It's not like locally for Legion Ball, where if a foul ball is coming at you, you better be ready. And he lost him. First 2 are on here. First 2 are on. That's going to bring us Seiya Suzuki. Really hope hoping that Milwaukee can hold on to this here. Let's get out of the damage. No, let's get out of this inning here, Miz. Let's get out of this inning. He's at 8 pitches. I think 91 miles an hour is the slowest I've seen the Miz throw all season so far. It would be really nice if he could shut the Cubs down now, please, for the rest of the night. That'll work. That'll work. A swing and a miss. He has Seiya Suzuki here on an 0-2 count, which I'm still not going to feel comfortable with PCA at the plate with 2 on and 1 down if he gets them. Looks like he just barely misses the zone there. Seiya wanted it. He held it, but it looked like he wanted that pitch. That was a... Okay, if we had the ABS system, that would have been called a strike. Fouls that one away. I love how with baseball, and honest, we have all this technology that can show us where the ball strike, where it is, and we can track it to the exact billionth of a centimeter on where it lands, but we can't get the strike zone correct. As Suzuki fouls that one off too, which, alright, but am I not the only one who thinks that's funny with how Major League Baseball does things here? Where you get this fat umpire who can't call a ball or strike correctly, but then you get that one, went right off me. It went right off me. Are they going to say they're going to reward him the base for interference? So we have bases loaded and nobody out already. This is not a good way to start versus Trash Pandas. Let's see here. Yeah, I went right off Mizorowski's foot, and he was trying to... That's... shit happens. Yeah. So now after that, they already have the trainer looking at great. Just great. Just what the Trash Pandas need. Just what the Trash Pandas need. Bases loaded with nobody out for Pete Crow Armstrong. God help us. God help us all. Like, seriously, God help us all. We got Pete Crow Armstrong coming to the dish. Actually, hold on. The Cubs are, but looking it up, the defender has the right to play the ball. So, and I remember this is how the DeSoto's regional championship game ended too, where the defender has the right to play the ball. So when Suzuki was going to first, and Mizorowski's trying to play the ball, technically it should have been an obstruction by Suzuki. Granted, there was nowhere for him to go, but that's how the rule books are written. I found that out at the high school level. The Cubs also dodged that bullet yesterday against the White Sox too. And people say the Brewers get lucky. So we have bases loaded and nobody out. If Milwaukee can get out of this one, I will be amazed. But also not surprised because it's the Trash Pandas. So now they have PCA on an 0-2 count here. I will feel more confident if they can get their first out here against the damn Trash Pandas. Now, it's low away, and that's how their first run comes. The first run came on a passed ball. Contreras wasn't able to hold it, and the Cubs take a 1-0 lead. Good to know. Hey, he went! Pete Crow Armstrong went, so I guess it is a strikeout. But they got the out, but it's also a run on a passed ball. That's going to bring us the catcher Carson Kelly. I'm sure the Cubs commentators are creaming themselves over that. It's a little bit high for a strike, but I'll take it. I will very much take that one. But 1-0 Trash Pandas here. That's an 0-2 count. Kind of figured that something was going to happen here when it was bases juiced with nobody down like that, but the Cubs they must have like a 4-leaf clover or something in their dugout they're clinging on to, because apparently defenders can't play the ball without them being safe. And then a strikeout pass ball. Kelly just went down looking. That was a interesting strike. I'm not a Cub fan here, but that one was wow. And I wasn't even close to the zone. That wasn't even close to the zone, but strikeout, I guess. Can we just get rid of the Trash Pandas skipper? But yeah, Mizorowski's at 22 pitches here, and we're not even done with the first. This might be a little bit of a problem for Brewer fans. That one's outside. Is it a 1-1? Yeah, it's a 1-1 count now. Really hoping that they can get the Cubs before they blow everything up. And I will say this, guys. Trading for Suarez in Arizona is not the answer. Well, yes, you need a bat, but he's a half-season rental for 2 months. Shit, it wouldn't even be a half-season rental. It'd be a 2-month rental before he's gone. To where there's better trade options probably where you can get a bat. I wouldn't be surprised if the Brewers get just... Yeah, Mizorowski did not do good against the Mariners, but I won't be surprised if they just at the deadline get a few veteran depth pieces. Oh, that's 2-0, 3-0 because Mizorowski absolutely airmailed Vaughn on an error with a routine ground ball. It is now 3-0 Trash Pandas, and he's still not out of the inning. That is oh man. Yep. It is now 3-0 Trash Pandas. This is the second trip to the mound that the pitching coach has had to make, trying to calm down the rookie. Cub fans are just, wow. Why do they have to lose to the Cubs? Why is it always the Cubs that they struggle with? Granted, they did also just play absolute shit versus the Marlins, but Come on, Milwaukee. It's the Trash Pandas. Well, hopefully we have a good long reliever waiting because I don't think the Miz is going to go far tonight. He damn near threw it away. Can we get the Mizorowski back pre-All-Star break, please? Can you please be the Mizorowski pre-All-Star break? That was actually good. Yeah, he's at 28 pitches. It's a 2-0 count. This man hasn't thrown any strikes, really. And when he has been, they've been getting at him already. That's a 3-0 count. Oh, God. Come on, Milwaukee. It's the Trash Pandas. He just threw that's 4 straight balls. Mizorowski he's at 30 pitches already, and we're not even out of the first. We're not even out of the first inning, and he's gonna throw over 30 pitches. Dear Lord. Milwaukee's gonna need a nice long inning themselves. That one's in the batter's box. So it seems Mizorowski here has forgotten how to throw a strike. We already have the pen warming up, which looks like DL Hall. Well, that's a check swing strike. It's 1-1. We have the long relief pitcher warming up already. This is not going well. Ever since the All-Star game, Mizorowski has been struggling. That one's fouled away now here too. He's at 33. 34 pitches. Here comes his 35th pitch here, and we're not even done with the first yet. This is just wonderful. Somehow, the Cubs, of all teams, have to be the team that breaks Mizorowski. Why the Cubs? First it was the Mets, now the Cubs. What's next? What's next? What's another team I hate? So 37 pitches here now. No idea why Horner was swinging at that. This is going to become an impromptu bullpen game. This is going to become a bullpen game now, ain't it? That's another foul ball, which Here comes the 40th pitch of the inning. This has not been going well at all. For 40 pitches later, we're finally done with the top of the first. "40 pitches later." Hopefully, hopefully, the Brewers can have a better, they can return the favor here in the top of the frame. So yeah, that was a really rough top of the frame. The Brewers in that trade, they went and got Wisconsin native Danny Jensen. Though the club has not confirmed the deal, it looks like they're nearing that trade. And this came out 35 minutes ago. He's 30. He's from Appleton. He went to Appleton West. So he's probably the pride of Appleton. So he grew up near their high A affiliate. And we traded away Jadhir Amiro, which is our 24th top, which was our number 24 prospect, according to MLB Pipeline. Who's now heading to Tampa. We're also getting cash in the trade, which, this deal is not. I don't think this deal is gonna move the needle a lot any. Like, this is not gonna move the needle at all. Yeah, that deal's not going to move the needle much at all. But we here in the at bat for the Brewers is Churio, and they don't have the count plug up, but I might have missed something when I was clicking some buttons here. Nope. It looks like all I did was I missed a base hit or something, because they have a runner on first with nobody down. And we'll see where this pitch tries to pick off Frelick, which, understandable. Looked like that was the quickest thing Boyd could do because he was running out of time. And even then, it was a pretty bad throw. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. Churio with that pitch, it's a little upstairs, looks like so far both pitchers are having trouble with control in their command, which is normal for younger pitchers. I got him. I did it. I got the damn fly that was driving me nuts all day. That one's inside. You have to move out of the way again. It's now a 3-1 count, and both pitchers are clearly having command issues, which kind of sucks when both the youngest stars, two of the youngest pitching stars in baseball, are struggling. That one's way high and outside, and honestly, I don't know how Cub fans would feel about if this becomes a bullpen game for both games. If there are any Cub fans in the chat, let me know how you would feel about how confident are you in your team's bullpen? If this becomes a bullpen game, are you going to be confident with your team's bullpen or no? I'm asking for a friend. Ooh, I'm getting an advertisement for the Chicago football show. Please, no. Go away, football. Not yet. Though, in all honesty, the Brewers could lose this series and they could end up being a wild card team this year instead of a division champ. And it would suck if they lose the division to the Cubs. I'm not going to be disappointed because it means we are in the playoffs. And boy, both the umpire, both of them likes the hot outside strike, which with the closed captioning, it's not a strike when even for the Brewer batter and the Cubs guys like, I got questions. Not as a double play. A ground out to the third baseman where he steps on third and threw out Contreras at first. So the Brewers had 2 on, nobody out. Now it's a runner on second with 2 down, which is just wonderful. Let's see what Yelly can do. Because Milwaukee needs to get at least one of these runs back here. They need to get the runs back. Because if Boyd has a inning where he just basically cruises through our top 3 or 4 right out of the gates, we're in trouble. Though it seems Yelich has kind of forgotten that we're no longer on the All-Star break. Yeah, he's now down on 0-2 count, but at least he's swinging. We'll see what happens as Boyd's getting ready for his pitch. In the dirt. Threw him that slider in the dirt. So that's his 14th pitch of the inning. And that is a grounder right to the diving third baseman. Gets Yelich with ease. And just like that, the Cubs went through the top 4 with ease. Oh, it was an error, so not even a base hit. So, yeah. Well, the Brewers didn't get a hit. So, yeah, the Cubs went through the Brewers lineup with ease that top half of the inning. The Brewers, on the other hand, decided they were going to forget how to play baseball. So yeah, this was something else. Like, it was genuinely something else. I just love when my team forgets that you're supposed to be playing baseball, not. Yeah, I don't know what the Brewers did, but they weren't not playing baseball. Mizorowski here is. I don't know what happened, but the man clearly does not remember how to play baseball. They forgot how to play baseball. Yeah, that was. I mean, that was one hell of a play by Shaw, because if Matt Shaw doesn't make that diving play like that, that's through for a base hit. Hopefully, Mizorowski can have a clean frame here. Though, I have no idea why Contreras keeps hitting third in the order. Because if he's going to hit into that kind of double play there like that, you might as well have him not go up with a bat. Because, holy crap, Contreras is just. Maybe that's why we traded for that catcher, was because we're going to put him on the injured list. Well, speaking of Matt Shaw, he just struck out in 3 pitches. So the man went from Gold Glove caliber defense to that. Is that a Minnesota Twins jersey? Yeah, it was. And then we got a fan that's taking up like 3 bleacher spots by himself, probably. Comes that one's high and outside. We'll see how Bush does in his second at bat versus Mizorowski in just the second inning alone. We're in the second inning and already to the top of the order. Pitches away, swing and a miss here. Again, this inning hopefully goes better than the last one. And good lord, that dude's built like a unit. That one was just a bit outside. It's now 2-1 count. Trash Pan does still lead us 3-0. Mizorowski is. Well, this was not his best outing so far. So last time he went 3 2/3 on 64 pitches. He's at 47 now. We're in the top of the second. So I don't know what to expect. Well, it's a full count. And this is a full count here. I don't know. Did it ever occur to Contreras that if a fastball's not working, let's not keep calling the fastball? Well, I guess that'll work. But that's his 50th pitch of the game, and we're not even out of the second. So that might be a problem. If I had a good pair of earbuds, I'd have one plugged in here so I could tell you what they're saying. Well, anyways, here it is. Allen misses outside. We're losing to the Trash Pandas. We'll see how this goes versus the Trash Pandas, but that... Yeah. Allen's also outside. I don't know the kind of pitch that was, but Contreras, it's not working. Stop calling it. That one's in. It's a 2-1 count. He's had 53 pitches. Mizorowski could really use a quick one here. Strike 2. So yeah, he could definitely use one. And I could definitely use the camera not showing that dude who's built like who's bigger than a Bradley fighting vehicle. It's popped up. Contreras trying to find after losing it. Just barely on the other, and it lands on the other side of the net. And someone tell William Contreras, the fashion experts have agreed, the man bun is done. Like, maybe that's why the Brewers are losing. Maybe. Just maybe. That's why they're losing. Oh, there's Pat Murphy. And that one back, and Frelick has room. That'll end it. The Brewers got what they needed with a quick inning. And looking at the camera, it looks like you can see exactly where my shades go compared to everything else on me in the summertime. But hoofda, was that a rough inning. That inning was rough. Well, the first one. Second one, not as rough. But now that I think of it, doing this for baseball is not as easy as it is football. Now I know why people do these football streams, because it's really easy to just how do I describe this without insulting my favorite sport? It's really easy to kill. Football, you can just say, I think it's this, and then just kind of BS your way through it on here. And you can just sit there drinking a beer, watching, whether it's, they'll give you the action of a camera showing the coach picking his nose even. Whereas baseball, you don't get that. You get the, you have to know what you're calling when and know the situation of the games. And if you miss one thing, it becomes really hard to try and catch up and explain. But baseball's a really fun game to play. $35ers, we have our league tournament play-in game Wednesday night. Get me Vaughn! Give me Vaughn! Andrew Vaughn, hitting .217 on the year, but his average has skyrocketed with the Milwaukee Brewers here. Like, saying it skyrocketed is stating the obvious. Did he do it again? Did Vaughn do it again? It's a fair ball. And nope, it's a foul ball, because I would really hope on a fair ball he wouldn't have been turning around right back towards home plate. Though that would have been hilarious. So that is a really long strike. With the White Sox, he was hitting 189 with 48 games. So far, he's hitting 341 in 13 games, and his numbers for the Brewers are like impressively good. Yeah, if only that first one that went foul was fair instead of that other at bat. We grounded it out to Swanson. We're going to get a Nissan advertisement. This will be a lot easier and more fun with football season, depending what I'm doing. The sport brief might have to go on hiatus pending things, but I know all of you will still be there waiting for when it comes back. It just may take some time to build everything back up again. That'll be the fun of the rebuild process. Isaac Collins is here at the dish, and he fouls that one off, where he is now down 0-2, I think. Yep, it's an 0-2 count. And it looks like the ballpark, whether you're wearing a Cubs jersey or Brewer jersey, it's just a giant party right now. It is a 1-2 count, as that one was way off the mark. Milwaukee hoping to get a long inning here off of Boyd soon, which at some point, hopefully they can break through and get at him. Also, with as much money as the tickets behind home plate cost, I would not be twiddle-dinking around my phone. Collins back, Carl Armstrong has exactly 2 steps on the warning track and catches it in dead center. Any other part of the ballpark and that's gone. If you get literally any other part of the ballpark besides dead center, and that thing's gone. That would have been gone if it was anywhere that wasn't dead center. That one's high and inside, so the Brewers, that was a really loud, they had a long, loud strike and a really long, loud out. With Terang here at the dish. So it's now a 1-2 count. Trash Pandas, they still lead us 3-0. With Terang comes down, it's a line drive right back up the middle. That is a hit for the Beer Makers. So the Beer Makers once again have a man on, but with 2 down here. And Boyd's probably thanking his lucky stars he's able to get down fast enough. He's probably glad he's able to get his glove up and then hit the deck fast enough. And his catcher, you could see the look of, oh dear God, please don't get hit with that line drive on his face. But Terang is on, and yeah, a 100-mile-an-hour line drive back at your face would hurt. So Caleb Durbin's here at the dish. And that one's in for a strike. It is still 3-0 Trash Pandas over the Beer Makers. Those of you just joining me, Mizorowski had a really rough first inning. He's at well over 50 pitches here after 2 innings of work. And Brown is at 30 pitches and we're not after an inning and 2/3 of work. So neither starting pitcher is exactly on their A game right now. It's just errors and pass balls have been what's killed Milwaukee. That one's high and inside for a ball. Looks like they're trying to challenge Durbin high and inside, but so both times they're high and inside. He did not fall for that one. Here comes that. Oh, they try picking him off. The pitch clock thing honestly doesn't really faze me because when I'm watching baseball, there's people saying it was great and stuff. I honestly don't really care. That one's outside. It's for a ball. It's now a 3-1 count to Durbin. So he has the hitter's count. But yeah, like the pitch count and all that. Pitch count. The pitch clock, I really don't care. That one's in for strike 2. Again, I don't know why all these people are on their phones behind home plate. Hey. That girl behind home plate looks really cute. Like she looks real cute. She's even in a Brewer jersey. That's ball 4. Oh, crap. The camera's on for that. Great. Just great. The camera's got me saying that about a girl watching baseball. That's just great. Also, why is Joey Ortiz's picture in the Jumbotron? Oh, that's why. Because he actually has the goose stash from Top Gun. Or would it be the Rooster stash from Top Gun Maverick? Either way. He's hitting .213 on the season. So we definitely need a bat for the middle and corner infield. That one's high. I'm glad he did not swing at one that was above his head. If he swung at one that was above his head, I think every single fan in the stadium would have had questions. That one looks like he missed just outside. Now Ben Brown. Wow. Now Matthew Boyd's having his turn at a really long, miserable inning. It's going to be a bullpen game for both teams, ain't it? And Ortiz got under it. That's going to be a pop out to the center fielder. Once again, the Brewers got 2 on, but couldn't push him run across. That's been the story of it for the Brewers. Also, did you know here in the Cooley region we have like a Diablo fancy term for massive ass storm coming our way? Debracho. Severe storms possible tonight. I'm ready for the thunder. Bring on the thunderstorms. Bring on the thunderstorms. Which it looks like there's a lot of watches and everything being issued out to our west. Let's see the trajectory of this storm. Oh yeah, it's coming our way. And they're saying it should supposedly be. They're claiming it's gonna arc and lose strength, but they always claim it'll do that when it gets here. We'll see what happens, but La Crosse area we had this one, but we always have at least the one summer where there's just the big storms and storm after storm after storm. Which, yay, storms. This is gonna be great. I'll probably just be awake, sitting there reading a book and listening to my radio and have the scanner on, listening to the police scanners about talking about the storms overnight. As Mizorowski almost takes off Suzuki's head. If we're going to take off someone's head, can we take off Craig Counsell's? I'm not advocating for beheading anyone. And I'm also advocating for our internet to work. Alright, so there, let's see. The pitch buffers out again. Keep on buffering. We are waiting for the final result of this pitch. And it wasn't out. I cannot tell you how, though, because of the buffering. God, that was pathetic. Alright, so here comes that pitch. Fouled back. Don't worry, girl. You got the nets there. Nothing to be scared of. Nothing for you to be scared of. That one had some nasty movement to it. Also, really, Milwaukee? Christian Yelich bobblehead? You've done that every year now. Can we get some different bobbleheads? We don't need a Yelich one every year. And Mizorowski's still struggling. And that one, how did he foul that off? In all seriousness, how did Crow Armstrong get that ball? How did he even find a way to get to foul that off? He committed again for strike 2. No, that was actually strike 3. So that's the second out of the inning. That was... He went from a really good foul ball to going like this and stopping as it's a pitch above his head. I'm also guilty as charged at that. Go 35ers. That's a foul ball at 100. The fact that these guys are seeing these pitches at 100 miles an hour, honestly, I'm impressed. I am physically impressed that they can see that pitch. And that one's going to be a routine fly ball for Churio, but he has to make it look more like he had breaking more of a sweat than he actually did. And in the background, they're having the advertisements in the background. The Christian Yelich bobblehead's going to war with BetMGM. Anyone else remember when we would have all the sports leagues and teams would say sports betting bad, don't do it. Don't do it. And now they took all the sports betting and gamblers' money. Anyone else or just me? It's just me, huh? Okay. At least I'm... Whatever. I have my dignity. I have my dignity. I'm not going to put any money down on a game, especially one that involves my favorite team. The crazy thing is, those 2.5 innings took us an hour. This is one thing I love about high school games and college. We're not sitting here only through 3 innings after an hour. Like, holy hell, this is taking a long time. It's going to be worth it because baseball's great, but holy hell. Wow. This is, wow. This ERA leaders among qualified pitchers this season. 62 of them qualified. Skeens leads the league with a 1.3 ERA. That poor bastard's in Pittsburgh. Tariq Skubal, Matthew Boyd, Garrett Crochet, and Jacob deGrom has resurrected his career. Jacob deGrom is a 2.28 ERA. That man, Jacob deGrom, is finally back to being deGrom. Did the Brewers try and bunt here? Oh, the Yelich bobblehead advertisement's back. Yelich has won his advertising war with BetMGM. Frelick, that one gets through. That has a solid single after he drew a walk. I still don't think either pitcher is making it very much further in this game solely because of pitch counts. Also, yes, the guy who's trying to join the Air Force has a poster right there for the Blue Angels because the Blue Angels are cool. Chourio walked in his first appearance. Let's see what he can do in his second one here. As he is now down 0-1. Is that a Greg Maddux jersey in the back? Yeah, it is. Now I have not seen a Greg Maddux Cubs jersey before. I've seen Brave ones all the time. And that one gets away from Kelly, but Frelick is going to stay put because even though it got away from him, he was able to keep it right in front of him, which was really impressive. I will give him this. It has been, if it weren't for the errors, it would have been, it'd probably be 1-0 right now. With the way both pitchers have recuperated a bit, the way that Mizorowski recuperated after that, and Boyd is the way he's been pitching all night so far. But one simple error can make or break a game for the team. And he just got Chourio whiffing like that one looking like an idiot. He's now 0 for 1 on the day. That is his 1,000th career strikeout, too. Only 2,000 more to go to make history. Yeah, there's the MLB authentication, people. Putting that stamp and all that on it, but I'd let the man keep that ball. That's his 1,000th career strikeout. Let him keep it. And Contreras actually got a base hit this time. Once again, the Brewers have runners at first and second. This time with 1 down. Now the question is, can Milwaukee finally push a run or two across? Is that Oz wearing a Texas Rangers hat? Is that Oz wearing the Rangers hat? Go, come on, show that guy in the Rangers hat again. I'm trying to figure out if that's one of my team's catchers. Ooh. Looks like he just painted the high inside corner there. Oh, the BetMGM ad's back. We can't have the Yelich bobblehead advertisement behind Christian Yelich. So it's got to be BetMGM. That one's low and away here. Oh, it's a 2-0 count. I thought for sure that was a strike. Oh, the yellow foul heads back. Oh, now it's back to being Bet MGM. You know this game has been both pitchers are not having a very ideal game. When I'm having more fun watching. Oh, we're back to the yellow bobblehead ad. Oh, now we're back to the Bet MGM. Let me guess. Now we're gonna go back to. Yep. Now it's back to saying the Yelich bobblehead advertisement. We're having a war between Christian Yelich and his bobblehead and Bet MGM for advertising behind home plate right now. Oh, and don't forget the American Family Insurance things everywhere. That one just missed. I see you too, semi-truck. And it's a 3-1 count here. I love how the people controlling the advertisement can't make up their mind if they want it. Did Yelich do it? Yes, he did. That one is down. That's going to score Frelick. Contreras is going to hold up at third, and we got an RBI double. It is now 3-1 Trash Pandas over the Beer Makers. Yes, I had to find a way to put a fun little creative twist on it. And let's face it, saying it's the Trash Pandas versus Beer Makers is actually kind of funny. The Christian Yelich hit it. No, that's not Oz. It's not Oz. It's not my team. It's not our catcher. It wasn't either one of my team's catchers because it wasn't Oz as the Ranger fan and it wasn't Laz. Thank you, all you guys are there, but let's see if Vaughn can do anything. His average is now went from 217 to 216. Come on, Vaughn! Give me Vaughn! Give me Vaughn! Get me Vaughn! Just don't hit a double play ball here, please. If he puts this airborne, that's going to score at least one run, probably. Assuming he swings the bat, but it was a 2-0 count. That one got called a strike as Boyd was able to paint the black. In between innings here, I'm going to check on my fantasy team to see if I'm beating Harris. That one's just a bit inside. Matthew ended my 8-game winning streak, so he was Fantasy Baseball's version of the Bangor Redbirds when they ended our winning streak. Hopefully we can beat them Wednesday night. Boo! Wait, they're showing the technically the Cub broadcast. I'm going to have to see Council more often. That's ball 4. Vaughn worked. All right. It says Bet MGM with the bobblehead showing up, popping up and in and out. They might want to look into this. But it is bases loaded with 1 out. It would be the most Milwaukee Brewer thing ever to not score another run here. It really would. It really would be the most Milwaukee Brewer thing ever not to score here. But right now, it's 3-1. Boyd, after he recorded his 1,000th career strikeout, has had a bit of a struggle. Isaac Collins is now walking into the box. Both pitchers, like I said, they are not having the best game. Just a deep fly ball is going to, will at the very least, score Contreras. We'll see what Collins does here, though. Swing and a miss for strike 1. That was a beautiful curveball. Like, that curveball was absolutely beautiful. Collins' stance kind of looks like mine. That one's inside. So Matthew Boyd here is struggling now to throw a strike, just like, and his bottom of the third is starting to look like Mizorowski's top of the first did. That one's blowing away now for a ball. It is now 2-1. We'll see what happens. How fast Craig Counsell will get someone up and warming up in his pen if he loses him here. Collins swings and misses for strike 2. That is his 59th pitch of the game. Oh, we're back to the yellowish bobblehead and American Family Insurance. Hey, we got a quick trip ad, boys. We got a quick trip ad. Quick Trip is amazing. Now we're back to, we got a BetMGM versus Quick Trip battle now. That one's high and inside. That was his 60th pitch of the inning. Okay, not delay that last. That is not the 60th pitch of the inning. That's the 60th pitch of the game. If he threw 60 pitches I don't think he would have been in the game if he threw 60 pitches in one inning. I hope. For his sanity, I would hope so. So here comes that pitch. Collins, that's a line drive. It falls for a hit. One runs in. Yelich is in, and we are tied. The Trash Pandas and Beer Makers are all tied up at 3. And ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a whole new ball game. This game is getting good. This is getting interesting, folks. Isaac Collins. Yeah, that dude in the Cub jersey behind home plate, he did not look happy. He knew that was going to be a hit. Wow. Wow, that was something else. Holy crap. So Boyd tries to get the pickoff attempt on Collins here, but Collins was able to get back in. Collins is now up to 61 pitches in this game too, which means, even though I didn't see it, my guess is the Snake has someone warm up the pen. The Brewers tried the bunt and it is foul. I can see why they're having Terang try and drop a bunt here, because the very least, you move the runner from first to second, and depending on how it goes, you might even score the run on a squeeze there. It could turn into an RBI squeeze, or at the very least, just be a sacrifice bunt. I can see why they did it, trying to apply some pressure here. 62nd pitch of the inning for Boyd, a game for Boyd, and Terang pops that one up to center field. That's going to be a fly out. Oh, they're going to test Armstrong's arm. Vaughn slides in. That's not even close. And just like that, the Beer Makers now lead the Trash Pandas 4-3. Let's go, Beer Makers! That's right, Trash. That's right, Snake. Shake your head that you went to the Trash Pandas. Can anyone tell I'm having too much fun with this? I will not be surprised if the Beer Makers turn around and give this up. But anyways, Durbin's now at the plate with a runner on second and 2 down. 65 pitches in the game for Boyd. And that is his 64th. That is a 1-0 count. There are some of the balls here that I would say probably should have been strikes, and some of the strikes that should have been balls. And Durbin pops that one up to second. That's going to end the inning, but the damage has been done by the Beer Makers to where they now have a 1-run lead as they got 4 runs off 5 hits in that inning to end the third. This is peak baseball. Like, this is getting good. Let's see here. I don't know what that is, but no, let's have that go away. As I said, I'm going to check my fantasy team here. I am winning Oh, no. No, boy. That's not a lead I want. Oh, boy. I'm destined to lose now. I'm destined to lose now. It's 28-3. Oh, I'm going to send that to some of my friends and say, if I lose now, I know why. If I lose, we know why. In fantasy baseball with one of my teams, with one of my leagues, I am beating my friend. I am beating Harris 28-3, which means, Harris, if you beat me, we know why. It's 28-3. If I lose, we'll know why. We very much will know why if I lose. It's 28-3. I don't know how I should feel. Anyways, Mizorowski is back out there, and he's at 67 pitches, trying to get through the fourth and protecting a 1-run lead. Anyways, here it is. Mizorowski on a 1-1 count. That is fouled back by Ian Happ. I wonder if the local Cub fans in the Cooley region have lit their altar for Ian Happ, because he and Juan Soto were the only MLB players with over 30 doubles, 30 home runs, 80 ribbies, and 80 walks in both 2024 and 2023 or something like that. I wasn't able to finish it, and I'm not going to rewind to try and see it. That's a cool stat. It was a cool stat. Him and Juan Soto. Thank God the Cubs didn't sign Juan Soto. Though, I don't think anyone else had the kind of money he wanted. Besides the Mets owner. Oh yeah, 23 and 24. So he was in the same category as Juan Soto, which is honestly, that is a great category to be part of, as he strikes out after comparing him to Juan Soto. But you don't have many players. Juan Soto is one of the best hitters in all of baseball, even though he's not playing like it this year. And to be in a category with him is impressive. Dansby Swanson's here at the plate. He drew a walk last time. I want to say it's just a bit outside, and Blondie doesn't look like she's enjoying it. Wait, I'm on camera and there is someone in the audience. Hopefully they did not catch what I was doing. That's just a bit outside. That's his 74th pitch of the game. Something tells me the Miz is not getting out of the fourth inning here. And that first inning really, really hurt him when it comes to pitch count. That one was on the borderline, but it went down as a strike. So they painted the corner there. Oh, we got the Farmer's Dog advertisement. It looks like Christian Yelich and Quick Trip won their war versus BetMGM. Oh, and PNC Bank. It looks like it took the Ultimate Alliance here, but they were able to beat the gambling company. Everyone, please feel free to share this with your friends because I am helping you get a game for free. And that's grounded off foul. That's the 77th pitch. So Mizorowski's day is probably going to be done after this inning. Because they're going to try and save his arm because is that a Mets jersey? Is that a New York Met jersey? Wait, no, it's not. It can't be. That's grounded off foul again as it went off the plate, rolling away. Kind of looked like the catcher for the Brewers, Contreras, crapped out a baseball. Yep, there's the Gruber Law Office advertisements. I'm assuming the man's probably a Brewer fan. Oh, they even roped off that area there. And that one's a fly ball. Isaac Collins pitched a tent and waited. But that drove up the pitch count quite a bit, so it's not a complete loss for Dansby Swanson here. The fact that we've been here for an hour and 20 minutes, at give or take a few rounding off, and we're not even done with the fourth, can tell you how long baseball goes at times, but football could take just as long. That is a hard ground ball up the third baseline. Durbin makes the throw, and Horner just barely beats it out on the relay. That would have been a tough play, but the fact that it was even that close makes it impressive. And Murphy's going to want this looked at. It's looking like Pat Murphy asking for the challenge. This is going to get good. This is going to get good. It's buffering. Come on. Come on. The Brewers are challenging. Come on. We need to see how this goes. Did he beat the throw? Oh, that's going to be really hard to tell. But if the call stands, that's understandable. But if it's overturned, that's going to be something. Here it is. He's out. Oh, man. Oh, that's how the fourth inning ends, by the Brewers winning their challenge. That was, wow. That challenge, that could have gone either way. Like, that could have gone any way. Like, that was a challenge that it would have gone either way, and I would have said that was the right call. Like, no matter the way that call went, I would have said it would have been the right call because that was, wow. You can't get any closer than that. Like, he barely, like, that throw barely beat him then. That was, easiest way, I guess, to say this, since there's still nothing in the comments outside of Matthew's W stream, is, let's say, this TV that I could touch behind me is first base. This Imperial Walker is going to be his foot. As his foot is right, it looked like it was right here, just barely over it before he touched it, is when the ball went into Vaughn's glove. That you cannot get any closer than that. And I just realized I have a gun sitting in the camera angle. Problem solved for all those families that could possibly be scared of guns and not wanting their kids to see it. So it's not going to hurt anything just sitting there. Trust me, I know. It wasn't loaded or anything, it's just sitting there. But Joey Ortiz fouls one off for the 66th pitch of the game for Boyd. Ortiz hits one hard, a long foul. Because I'm assuming that if it was a fair ball, Marquee Sports would have shown it. That one's also fouled. I love how the Cubs and Brewers are both sponsored by some of the same people, like Miller Brewing Company. Oh yeah, my friend's laughing. I told him if I lose now, we know why. They're being 28-3. That is a real worm burner. Shaw has plenty of time for that. And the out. And there we go. Cubs for a cure. Honestly, I salute you, Chicago. I don't do that much for the Cubs, but for you guys doing that, I will salute you. My friend Josh is training his dog to be a river rat already. That dog's gonna be a well trained dog. Anyways, looks like Frelick has one high. That's now an 0-2 count. Ooh, we get a Big Bird in a Brewer jersey advertisement for his bobble. Was Frelick squatting down to take a crap? It was like, hold on, let me squat down and take a poop in the batter's box. It's a 1-2 count anyways. That is strike three as he went down looking. Boyd is now at 73 pitches on the game. The Beer Makers still hold a one-run lead. Both teams had the one inning so far with crooked numbers. Let's see what Jackson Chourio can do. Hopefully it's not another backwards K because that was really ugly watching it right down the boulevard. So he fouls that one off right away. And yeah, the Brewers, it looks like they have DL Hall warming up in the pen. Yes, they do. So they're going to be going to their long reliever in Hall here in the fifth, it looks like. Can't imagine the Cubs are going to be far behind because Boyd's at 75 pitches. Going to be knocking on the door of 80 by the time this at-bat's over. Because if he can get one more strike, he's going to have 77 pitches throughout the game. So far, it's only in the fourth, which means it's probably going to become the battle of the bullpens. Here comes that pitch. That's inside for ball two. And literally everyone in the ballpark and watching on TV would have had questions if that was a strike. Here Boyd's in his delivery, and that one's in the other batter's box. So Chourio worked him full, but Boyd threw it into the left-handed batter's box. And that is a very long strike. Well, actually, it's a 3-2 count, so it's not even a strike. That's just a very long foul ball. Yes, I was, Caden. I very much was. Very much was at that Stoddard and Sparta game. It was a great game. Shame that we weren't able to finish that one out. For those of you who don't know, earlier in the summer, when I was just casually enjoying my local Legion team playing ball and sitting there tweeting about it, we had the Stoddard post 315 taking on Sparta post 100. And we went into extra innings tied at 8 before everyone got sent home due to lightning, which I would have said we're going to sit here and wait it out for 30 minutes. As Contreras pops that one out to the second baseman, which will end the inning after 8. So we'll have more time to continue this, where Sparta took the lead late. Stoddard had the lead for a bit. Sparta came back, took the lead. Stoddard came back and took it. And then the top half of the seventh, Sparta took the lead back just for Stoddard to go and tie it. We head into the 8th inning, and then that's when the umpires see the lightning, so we go into lightning delay, and then that's when the person from the booth came down and told everyone, nope, line it up, so we're going home. So the boys on both sides had to take a tie, and I have no idea how that affected, because I know Stoddard's senior 19U team did not play for regionals because their 16U squad was at state, not Alaska, which, all right, so was Sparta. Surprising didn't get a Stoddard-Sparta matchup again, but oh well. So I have no idea how that affected Sparta when it came to the Legion playoff seedings for the regionals and how they take a tie, especially when they had to explain to them that someone came down from the booth and told them line it up. But I'm sure it ended well. All's well, ends well. And it was overall, that was a really good game. It kind of does suck that we weren't able to finish it out. Yes, I did. You were one of the players that was in the game, so sitting there tweeting about it. And one of the things I like about Legion baseball is before the games, I don't have to walk over to the dugout and hope that and bother the coaches, hoping they'll be generous enough to let me have to, like, at the very least take a picture of an old lineup card that has every player's name and number so I know what I'm working with. I can just pull it up on the Legion's a website that has every single team and all their rosters. So that's how I was able to know it was you at the dish with your name and have the name and number correct. So that's the only flaw that I say Legion Ball and even the WIA both have when it comes to baseball is they don't make people report the scores. Like, you don't report scores, it has to be word of mouth and just on the books until they have the big meetings to determine who's seated where for playoff matchups and regionals. And it looks like Matt Shaw just went down in a 4-pitch strikeout, just like I have. And that's like the one thing I would say they should work on and we should actually take out of Iowa's book is where every single baseball, softball score in the spring and summer has to be reported within the next 2 hours of when that game goes final. Before 10 o'clock at night, it has to be uploaded because that'll make everyone's lives easier, especially the sports reporters like me. Iowa, they are well-oiled machines on that. Like, for football, nobody takes up that. Let's see, we lost today at state in our 19 UT, 2-0 in regionals, but then we had to drop off due to them not letting us move our game later because of the 16U state. Well, that sucks. Let me guess. Was the other team on Alaska? Did you have to face Alaska at some point? Like, for the team that refused to let you guys move it back so you can get the game in? Was the team that refused and said, no, I want to, if you don't say it, we'll take the forfeit? Was that Alaska? Because everything you're describing there, Caden, that sounds like Alaska, where they don't care about anything besides just being cutthroat winning. All right, so the Cubs have a man on first here, and Kyle Tucker just popped out to Durbin in foul territory, so they have 2 down. But that's really sad. They should let they should have let that happen so the kids can play. Yeah, we beat them the first time, but then the state wouldn't let us move it later. That honestly right there is really sad. So I'm going to do this, see if it gives me a little more lighting to work with. I lit up the room a little bit easier. But that's honestly sad. You should just let the kids play and let it be played out in between the chalk on the field and let it get settled down, because that means we let Alaska, where all they care about is winning, and if you don't win and you're on it, you might as well not show up at all, go to state. And at the 16U state tournament, when I was watching my hometown and when Alaska was winning, it means they let a group of people where that was complaining about how it's not right because they weren't winning by 15 or more after the second inning, and how 9-2 was unacceptable and it's a bunch of crap. So yeah, I honestly feel sorry for you guys but congratulations to Alaska for going to state, because that is a really hard achievement in of itself. But that's honestly pathetic that the Legion couldn't make the exception for the fact that you had one team there at state and said, we can get the players, we just have to wait for them to finish their game first. That has Alaska written all over it, saying, well, no, to give us the forfeit. No, we want state. We're not going to wait, because, like I said, all they care about out there is winning. They're not like all the other Alaska's not like the other local Legion teams in the summer, where if you win, great. If you don't, oh well, as long as you had fun. Winning is the only thing that matters in that city, and it's really sad. And I can't even say some of the stuff that those people in that city said to me at the 16U tournament without this being taken off air. So yeah, I'm sorry that that's how your summer had to end. Hopefully you get to continue playing ball next year. And that's going to be the end of the inning, as Crow Armstrong flew out to Frelick, and he is 0 for 3, which is not what I was expecting from him. So yeah, I understand that pain. It sucks. I had a game for the 35ers last Friday when we were playing Norwalk, and there was exactly 9 of us, where there was one of them where I was slower to get up, but I knew that I couldn't. If I said I couldn't get up and just took the easy way out, saying I'm hurt, I can't get up, I would not. Our team would have only had 8 guys and had to take the L, so I had to power through it, and my hip has still got a nice big mark on it from the grass in the outfield. So yeah. Thanks for hopping in and watching for a bit, man. Appreciate all the support. Please share it with your friends and teammates. Just remember, go Stoddard, because that's where I live and I'm from. But yeah, we are officially through 5 innings, I think it is. And that's 4-3 Brew Crew. So yeah, the beer makers lead the Trash Pandas. This has been an interesting game. A really good, close, hard-fought one, this is exactly what I was expecting the game to be so far. It was, well, to say that this game isn't surprising me isn't is is an understatement. I am really not surprised by this in the least bit. Let's see. Yeah, was it? Oh, nice. The Brewers scoreboard with their AI art thing even popped a shot at me saying the Bears still suck. And you know my response is, yes, we do. But I don't care. They're my team anyway. Also, my response is, who won that game in Lambeau? That's all I'll say is, who won that game in Green Bay? And that one is a swing and miss here. Vaughn is still in. If anybody, I have no idea if the lacrosse loggers are playing right now or not for Northwoods League, but if anybody in the comment section if has any answer as to how they're doing or not, please feel free to comment in there. I'd love to know how the lacrosse loggers are doing. Now it's getting to the point where I have to actually shut the blinds for some privacy from the bar and come over here and turn on the light and not look into the light as I turn it on. The light. Don't look into the light. And that one's way back and it is gone. Andrew Vaughn with a home run to make it 5-3 Beer Makers over the Trash Pandas. Andrew Vaughn. I did not think he was going to be what he's been so far. Like, that is probably the most successful under the radar trade. What did the Brewers see in Vaughn that the rest of us did not? Like, what did they see in Vaughn? And that one's back, and Tucker was able to get it as he reached up, and did the jump and reach up full stride to catch it. Others, that would have been trouble too, as Collins gave that one a ride. Probably a good thing I did not put Boyd on my fantasy team for one of my pitchers tonight. Really praying that Imanaga does good, but the Brewers still beat the Cubs for the fantasy reasons of fantasy baseball. I'm also really surprised Boyd is still out there. Like, I'm really surprised he's still out there. And that's going to be a ground out, which ends the inning, but Vaughn was able to put up one more to where the Brewers have 5 runs on 6 hits. And this game, it's now 2-run in favor of the Beer Makers. Let's go, Beer Makers. Let's go, Beer Makers. Definitely not a Brewers fan. Definitely not. But anyway, Ooh, my fantasy team's doing pretty good. Also, this is a power move in fantasy baseball when you have Isaac Collins in your outfield. Isaac Collins in your outfield, that's a power move. I don't care what anyone says. That's a power move. Like that's just a pure power move. Well, yeah, let's see. For pitching, Yamamoto has 22 points. Valdez has 22 points. Bassett gave me a -9. I clearly was not able to get the big bass with him. But yeah, Yamamoto. That was great. Framber Valdez did great. Could have sworn it said DeGrom pitched today. Yeah, DeGrom does pitch today. It's his turn in the rotation because, yeah, today's Monday the 28th. So, we'll see how that goes. I'm relying on the DeGrominator. The DeGrominator. Get to the chopper with the DeGrominator. And it is now Nick Mears time, boys. Nick Mears. Hopefully we don't put an S in front of it for Nick Smears. Though it would be about right for the Brewers. What the heck is Zip and how did they get the money to advertise for an MLB game? Like American Family Insurance, I can understand. And yes, you just watched me turn on my alarm clock for the morning. That was a swing and a miss by Kelly. It is now a 1-1 count. I'm sure my brother's having a lot of fun at this game right now with his friends. Might have to ask him about the and that one's a just miss probably. It did. It's a 2-1 count. I would have had some questions. Also, that is a fashion choice with as bright blue as his glove is and as bright yellow as his spikes are. It is now a 2-2 count after that foul ball, but that is a choice. Like that's a choice. Don't know how I feel about that choice, but it's a choice. And that's going to be a deep fly ball right back. Frelick catches it right along the fence. That Cub fan did not look happy, but the ballpark, based on where he caught it, it just barely didn't have enough launch angle and trajectory. He just missed it. Also, I'm pretty sure that's around the area I sat at the Brewer game I was at last year for the Contreras game, where they gave away the Contreras bobbleheads. Not bobbleheads, the jerseys. I wouldn't mind if it was a bobblehead, though. Let's see, now it's going to be Ian Happ at the dish, getting into the left-handed box. He fouls that one away. It's now 5-3 Beer Makers over the Trash Pandas. This is going to be something. Tomorrow night, I will not be on for this because that is strike 3 to end the inning. Oh, no, that's just one. Nah, it's just 2 down. Wow, the Cub graphic guy they hit the button as if it was the end of the inning. But the automatic ball strike system would make some of these calls a little more accurate and interesting, but that's one of the joys of baseball is the umpires screwing things up with these bad calls. Because we can be like, this damn umpire sucks. Whatever you do, for the love of God, don't do that towards your local umpires. We need them. That's a foul ball. It's an 0-2 count. That was the 10th pitch of the night for Mears. We'll see what Swanson does. Fouls it away. And they aren't there no more. Also, with that much money that it costs to sit behind home plate and by the 6th inning you're no longer there, I would be behind it from first pitch till the last out. You know how much money it cost? And that one's, is that a fair ball? Well, either way, it's the third out. So we're through 5.5. The beer makers leading the Trash Pandas 5-3. But yeah, but the giant Diablo storm they mentioned. Let's see if they say it's gaining strength or not. That's gonna be interesting. Oh yeah, it really is. Yeah. Yeah, it's coming. It's gonna come. Get your mind out of the gutter, boys. Oh yeah, there's something out there. What they're doing out there, I don't know. Don't really care. It's not my monkey, not my circus. This is this has been a really fun night so far. Ryan Sandberg died? Cubs legend Ryan Sandberg died? I didn't realize Sandberg died. And the Cubs have went to the bullpen as Presley dang near took Durbin's head off with that really high and wild pitch. Yeah, it just came across. Even the Brewer fans are saying rest in peace to Ryan Sandberg, which means they showed it on the Jumbotron and everything, which class act by the Brewers. But it's also won half your stadium's Cub fans tonight. Makes sense. Though at the same time, for a lot of these Cub fans that come to watch the Cubs play in Miller Park, even though it's a road game, how many of them come up to Milwaukee to watch the Cubs play because it's safer and cheaper than Chicago? Yeah. Ryan Sandberg has died. There. Durbin, that one's back. Tucker make on the run, plenty of room, grabs it as he goes into the wall. That is going to be an out. That is the first out of the game. Jeez, I might have to end this stream because I'm starting to get tired. His pitcher is like thankful because he knows if Tucker doesn't get that, that's a double. Maybe a triple depending on who's running, but I doubt it. That curveball missed way low and away. It's now ball one. Ryan Presley, he has a 3.66 ERA this year and 39 1/3 innings pitched. Ortiz flies that one mile high, but it should be fine for Armstrong, and it is. Frelick hits one. Did Frelick just go yard? Yes, he did. Sal Frelick just went yard. It is now 6-3 beer makers over the Trash Pandas. And I'm gonna send my brother a text going, did you sell Xander steroids yet? I'm gonna ask Peyton, steroids? Steroids is a question mark because he'll know what I'm referencing. That brings Churio up to the plate as that one was way inside, and these first three batters showed me exactly why Cub fans have no confidence in their bullpen. And Churio grounds it out to the second baseman, but I can see why Cub fans have no confidence in their bullpen. Absolutely no confidence. Yeah, Ryan Sandberg has died. He passed away. Which is something else. Anybody know who this potential spam is of 608-344-2377? Oh, hey! My old science teacher, Mr. Campbell, subscribed to my YouTube channel. I'm going places! Glad to see the local following is still going strong. Though I do have questions on how he passed me. Some days I questioned how he gave me as high a grade as he did to pass me. Like, I have major questions at times on how the hell I passed my classes. Like, I will never have the answer, obviously. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to ask how I passed. Other than, I did that good. Because sometimes, I'll admit it, and if he's watching this right now, I will tell him, I will admit it flat out, I didn't always take my shit seriously like I pretended to. About 85% of the time, I bullshit my way through my classes when I was in high school, and I still graduated with high honors. That should tell you how easy high school is. College, it's the same story, just Western TC was a little... There were a bunch of pricks. waiting a whole year before saying I graduated to let me graduate and wait a whole year to claim I never did. Oh, we get an Apple TV Friday Night Baseball ad. This is Grant Anderson on the hill. He threw 51 and a third innings so far this year with a 2.98 ERA. No idea how many strikeouts or anything, but they proudly show that he gave up 6 home runs. And that's going to be a line drive base hit out to right. I have no idea why the Cubs graphics decided they're going to show how many home runs every relief pitcher between the Cubs and whoever they're playing, which in this case is the Brewers, gave up. But it is funny that that's one of their go-to stats is how many home runs he gave up. That brings up the third baseman, Matt Shaw. That's in for a strike. So I don't know, after that for a bit, thank you, Caden, earlier for giving me some stuff to talk about Legion Baseball. Matthew for piping in and saying how this is a W stream. So right now it's kind of more of a de facto radio gig with you guys watching me because there isn't as much going on in the comment section, but please, if somebody, and I mean somebody, has how the lacrosse loggers, lacrosse team, if they're playing, did tonight, please tell me. Give me updates on the Northwoods, please. As there's now a 2-1 count on Shaw. Anderson is somewhat struggling, but they have the Beer Makers do have a 3-run cushion over the Trash Pandas. And they say he committed when they went down the line to verify. Let's see, did he? He did. Not by much of a commit, but he committed. Shaw has been a pretty decent rookie. Swing and a miss. That one way upstairs. It was basically at his eyeballs. Eyeballs! We don't swing at ones at our eyeballs. Yeah, it was pretty much at the eyeballs. Don't know who the Texas Ranger fan is. Are we sure that the Twins jersey is not Dawson Hagg wearing his Joe Mauer jersey? Oh, as I say that, we saw the viewership number drop. So maybe he figured out I'm onto him. That brings up their first baseman, Michael Busch. That is now 0-2. It's kind of funny how we have a Busch going against Beer Makers. So, yeah, we get the Busch. We have Busch lattes going against Beer Makers. This is something. Here comes that pitch. It was just a bit inside. It's a 1-2 or 2-2 count. I'm sorry if you guys can hear my computer starting to sound like an attack helicopter, but this old girl gets the job done. Looks like that's going to be a hit by pitch. And it was. So this inning, is the top of the 7th here, is becoming an adventure. Like, this has become an adventure. And out comes looks like here comes the skipper. It looks like he's going to make a change. Definitely not responding to some text messages. But yeah, we're officially on commercial break. Still running out of things to do. So let's see what the beautiful wide world of Twitter says. When we're not talking about the death of Sandberg. Oh yeah, the Brewers radio guy when I heard it. So glad Aaron Savali demanded that trade. I better hear that clip on the radio tomorrow. Like, I better hear that clip on the radio tomorrow. I'm so glad Aaron Savali requested that trade. That better be all over sports talk radio tomorrow. Because holy hell, that's gonna be funny. The Brewers have Jared Koenig on the bump now. He's got a 3.77 ERA with 43 innings pitched, and that's going to be a grounder right up the middle, and that's going to bring in one run. The relay to third in time for the out, but it is 4-6 Trash Panda Brewers over top of the Trash Pandas. And is the Snake going to want to review it now? Let's do this. Click a few buttons to try and make it where the picture's not as pixelated. And let's refresh my stream. Let's see here. And yeah, he was out by a mile. And it seems that the picture quality of this stream has gone to crap. Let's try something else. Let's hope this one works. Because that stream picture is not very good. There it is. But they're about the same. They were about the same, so. Oh, it's just me sitting in the back. It was just me, sound of me leaning back. I'm like, what the hell is that sound in my room? It's just me leaning back. No idea what I just accidentally downloaded. There we go. The picture's quality is back now. It's 4-6 Trash Pandas with two Brewers beer makers over top of the Trash Pandas. That was a really good throw from Churio. I would not have tried it. I would have kept him at second because then I would have had runners on first and second with only one out in a 2-run game here. That one's a bit high. Kind of sucks that the picture quality kind of dropped off a bit from the stream buffering, but I can still see it in the score bug and everything's legible easy. no idea where he was throwing that. That would have been behind the batter in the left-handed box. Like, I literally have no idea where he was throwing that ball. Other than that's honestly hilarious. Like, that's hilarious that Koenig was that far off target. Swing and a miss for strike 3 to end the inning after being that far off the mark. But yeah. I have no clue why the Cubs tried that. I would have kept him where he's at and told him stay put at second because that was not deep enough to try and score another run. Like, that should not. That, oh, Arizona's third baseman Edgar Suarez was hitting the hand of the fastball. There goes his trade value. That's yeah, his trade value is gonna be over is just took a little bit of a dip. Like, his trade value plummeted just a tidbit. Yeah, and Dawson, since you confirmed you're not there eating popcorn, watching TV, the very least you could do is be watching yours truly when the beer makers are playing the Trash Pandas. Also, rest in peace, Ryan Sandberg. You are a baseball legend, and you were the true Mr. Cub for, like, ever. So, yeah, that was. Let's see. 2025 to 1959. That just seems really young. Yeah, he was 66. He was 66 years young. Oh, Contreras gets another base hit here. Oh, he lost his fight to cancer. Cancer's a bitch. Honestly, I'm like everyone else when I say screw cancer. None of us like it. We all hate it. But yeah, Sandberg passing away, that was not on my bingo card today. Oh, yay, there she is. She's back. I'm getting someone sent me a live view of Sioux Falls and the storms. They're coming our way. So that's great. Anyways, well, there's storms on their way. Yelich, deep fly ball way back, and that is gone into the Cubs bullpen. It is now 7-4. Oh, it's a 2-run shot? Oh, yeah, it was a 2-run shot. It is 8-4. Beer makers over the Trash Pandas. And once again, I can see this is why all the Trash Panda fans do not trust their bullpen. Holy crap. That's their bullpen really gets at them. I don't think that you might need to go check on any Trash Panda fan. You might need to go make sure they're alive. You might need to make sure that they're doing okay. We might need to make sure all the Trash Panda fans that we know are doing okay. Because who's pitching now? Flexen. Flexen's pitching for the Trash Pandas. I know it's technically the name of a minor league team, but referring to the Chicago Cubs as the Trash Pandas and the Milwaukee Brewers as the Beer Makers is a lot funnier. And see here, Vaughn hits. That's a hard one right to the third baseman with plenty of time. That makes it where he's 1-for-3. But his one at bat was a home run that pushed the Brewers, gave them the lead, and kind of solidified it for a while. Yelich hitting a home run like that was really refreshing. Not gonna lie. Watching Yelich go yard, that was refreshing because for a second it felt like he forgot how to hit a baseball. But right now on the mound, it is Chris Flexen for the Cubs. And the Brewers lead 8-4 right now. That one just missed painting the black inside. Yeah, Chris Flexen, he's in 41 2/3 innings so far in the year. He's got a 2.1 ERA. I have no idea why the Cubs like showing home runs that he gave up. That seems to be a really weird graph. That I would not go with that being my first choice for statistics you show for relief pitchers. Like, it's useful, but and that's going to be a hit up the middle for Collins. He's going to be 2-for-4 on the day now. And so far, everything seems to be just going absolutely haywire. The Cubs bullpen, yeah. But also the Brewers, they're still doing it. The Brewers are still going. Tomorrow's going to be just as interesting of a game. I have no idea who's pitching, but that one's low and away. That's a 1-0 count. And tomorrow's pitching matchup for the Brewers and Cubs should be let's see, tomorrow will be the 29th. It's going to be Colin Ray and Quinn Priester. Weird to hear that Chris Flexen got demoted to the bullpen when he was a starter in Seattle. Yeah, but to be fair, when he signed with the Cubs, because I think that's how he ended up there, they had a solid rotation. And he's more of a relief role now. That's a deep fly out to left. Collins is going to stay put at first base, but outside of the home run that he gave up to Yelich, Flexen has been having he's a solid reliever. He's been doing really good in that role so far this year, it seems. But if the Cubs will say lose 2 or 3 or get swept, they're going to be busy at the deadline reassembling that whole bullpen. Then that pop-up, it goes down as a pop-out to the first baseman. For those who keep in the book, a P3, even though he ran all the way up the first baseline. That is something. So Flexen was able to get out of the inning. And for those of you joining late, if you haven't heard already, Ryan Sandberg, Chicago Cubs legend and the first Mr. Cub, has died after losing his war with cancer. Just one more sports icon that has died, and one more big name celebrity from the 80s to die. I better check it up my dad to see how he's doing because the 80s are dying. Or at least the celebrities from the 80s, but not the fashion and everything. Remember, kids, with the fashion from the 80s and 90s being cool again. If you think it's cool, just ask yourself if you want to see your parents wearing that and shield your eyes. And do the rest of us a favor and say, I don't want to see them wearing it. So I'm going to shield society's eyes by not wearing it. Because we all know that's how it works. Yeah, gotta fly somewhere. Yeah, there's the landlord's dog, buddy. He's like a dog. What's he doing up there besides scratching himself again and walking around? Was he chasing his tail above me? So yeah, Jacob Misiorowski went 4 innings pitched with 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 2 walks, 7 Ks. Matthew Boyd went 5 innings with 6 hits, 5 runs. All of them were earned, 5 walks and 2 Ks. Why is Caleb Thabar doing better with the baby bears than he did with the twins? I have no idea why he's doing better with the baby trash pandas than he did the Twinkies. Other than baseball is a really weird game. We are now in the top of the 8th. The latter half of this game is moving a lot faster than the first half of the game did. Like the first two and a half innings took us like an hour, I'm pretty sure. Abner Uribe in 50 games, he's thrown 15 and a third innings. He has an ERA of 2.15, and the rest of it with home runs allowed and then analytical statistics that make absolutely zero sense to the average viewer. Also, again, the Brewers AI art people for the scoreboard Jumbotron, we get it. The Bears suck, but I still root for them anyway. And who won that game in Lambeau again? Who won that game in Lambeau? That one nailed Kelly in the arm. Uribe is still a little wild at times. Also, I think Dave could probably find me an Abner Uribe autograph pretty cheap. I really need to get like something that I can use to display my autographed cards again instead of just keeping them in a box. Because that was cool. So that one's low and away. It's a 1-0 count here. The fact that I've been doing this is impressive, but then I realized I have to sit here for football games a lot longer. That's the joy about baseball. It doesn't take as long as football. That was 100 miles an hour. He just let that one rip 100 miles an hour. I don't think I would see what they're doing. 101. It's not a 1-2 count on Ian Happ. That one should not have been a strike. Contreras did a really good job framing that. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That is now 2 down. The baby trash pandas. Thank you, Dawson, for giving me the baby option here on it. The baby trash pandas now trail. Oh, that the Big Ten. Oh, that Big Ten thing looks weird. The Chicago Cubs with the Badger colors and a Wisconsin Badger W on the sleeves. Oh, that was a hard line out to Terang right at him at second base, but I'm trying to get that image out of my head. I'm trying to get that Bucky Badger shirt with the Chicago Cubs logo saying Cubs in Badger red and white out of my head. That image is hurting my head. Like, please say I'm not the only one who's picturing this in their head and just saying, no, what the hell was the Big Ten thinking? Like, I'm sure there are Wisconsin Badger and Chicago Cub fans both, but no, just no, that makes no sense. Like, that makes 0 sense. None of this makes any sense. But yeah, that was something else. Let's see, how's my fantasy baseball team doing? If I somehow lose, remember, folks, I was up 28-3. So if I choke and lose, that is why because I went up 28-3. It's 53-5, so I might be able to defeat the 28-3 allegation. Because I'm not the Atlanta Falcons. Ooh, the Degrominator already has 6 points for me, too. How are the Rockies winning again? Like, could someone please tell me how the hell the Rockies are winning a game other than just baseball? They're still going to lose well over 100 games before class starts in September, but wow. So Chris Flexen's out there again for the bottom of the 8th here, and he starts it out right away at the strike. And that one's low and away. I don't know. Would I put the closer out there for this one, even though it's not a save situation, but you need, but because it's, if you win, but you're fighting for first place in your division, but going into the deadline? I don't know. I really don't know. That one's high and away. It's a 3-1 count. I really don't know what the Brewers are going to do with this, but I wouldn't put it past them to have their closer up and tossing right now. Here comes that pitch. And Ortiz pops up, foul territory. The catcher runs out of room, and yeah, 2025 Cubs con. You know, if I'm going to end up having to watch the Cub guys for this, might as well be one on the day Ryan Sandberg dies, so I can see all the Ryan Sandberg tributes. It's just muted because of what I'm doing, so I don't get hit with copyright. And here comes that pitch. Swing and a miss, low and away for strike 3. If he would have watched it, he would have gotten a free pass to first. I mean, it's easier said than done. Still, that's a. Who the hell is wearing the Cleveland Indian jersey? Unless it says Vaughn 99. Frelick hits one, airborne, and that's going to hang in the air long enough for PCA to eventually get under it and grab the ball. So there is now 2 down in the 8th. I'm betting you that Cleveland Indian jersey says Vaughn 99 on it, and it's a Rick Vaughn jersey. Wow, dang. Wow, dang. Wow, dang. I'm thinking when I'm done with this, I'm probably going to get ready to play some MLB The Show for a bit. Churio back, and Armstrong gets it in the deepest part of the park. That would have been a dagger if he got that. If he would have if that would have cleared the fence, I would have said, there's your dagger. That also would have been 9 runs on 11 hits. Cue the memes. Cue the memes. So the Chicago Cubs are coming down to the final 3 outs here. Down trailing 8-4 against the Beer Makers. We'll see what they do as their season as this game is spiraling, and they might probably just be trying to prepare for game 2 of this series. And just after watching this, I could tell you, I now understand why the Chicago Cub fans hate their bullpen. Like, that is something else. That bullpen of theirs. Whew. And that's coming our way. That's good to know. The Storms are gaining strength coming our way. That's good to know. Also, even though it's dark out, it means I should probably move my grill and throw out those coals that have been soaked out in the rain because the bag broke underneath me. Damn it, stop buffering. Stop giving me a better internet ad and then buffer. Huh. When I put it in smaller, I actually get the good. Woo, Craig Yoho's back. We brought back Craig Yoho. We called him back up, huh? When did the Brewers call Craig Yoho up again? But anyways, Craig Yoho here is getting the top of the 9th with a 4-run lead. That one, Frelick pitched to 10th and literally waited for his can of corn. And after 2 pitches, it is 1 down here. The Chicago Cubs, and it's looking like all the Cub fans are heading for the gates. Cub fans. Yep, all the Cub fans heading to get. That is a bright orange shirt. I should probably quiet down a bit. But that is a bright orange shirt. That was just a bit high. That's going to be a 1-0 count for Matt Shaw. That's called strike. It's now 1-1 count. Craig Yoho on his young career in 6 games. He's thrown 7 innings with a 9 ERA. that outing against Chicago for the White Sox really killed him and his ERA so far. Perkins gets that one in center field. That is for the second out here. And just like that, the Chicago Cubs are down to their final out. And it is going to be this is looking like the final out. But it was so nice seeing Christian Yelich beat the dagger to the Cubs here. Bush has a 1-0 count here. It's now a 2-0 count. Apparently, Yoho doesn't want to throw to the Bush Light beer. Brewer fans are on their feet knowing what's coming next. And there's a cute blonde-haired girl just sitting on her phone when everyone else is getting ready to cheer. It's a 3-0 count. Honestly surprised Dawson's not making a joke about that in the comment section. And that's strike one. Yeah, never assume it's ball four until you hear the words ball four. There it is, 3-1 count. Ah, yeah, now she's on her feet. She knows what's going on now. There it is, swing and a miss for strike two. The Cubs are down to their last strike here. And a game that started out not looking that good. It's outside for ball four. We're going to do this all again as the Cubs are now back down. They're still down to their final out, but they have 3 strikes to work with again. They do have the closer, McGill, warming up. Hopefully we don't need to see him have to come in with it being a save situation. And hopefully they can get the final out here. But I could see why they're not, if Tucker gets on, I can see why they're not going to gamble here. That one's way outside. I don't know what's with the pitchers and throwing into the other batter boxes. Oh, that's why they were going to try a pitch out, but so now the Cubs have a runner in scoring position here. So 1-0 count as they tried the pitch out, but it failed miserably. That one's high and outside too. It's looking like Yoho all of a sudden struggling to find the zone with his command. After starting out well here in the first 2 at-bats, the camera behind home plate's even shaking from all the fans going crazy. There it is. Just a bit low and outside here. It is now a 3-0 count. If Yoho, and so where you have all the fans on their feet still, hoping Yoho can end this game here and not give the baby trash pandas hope. That one's in for a strike. So far, this at-bat's going just like the last one did here. Chicago's down to their last out. Brewer fans waiting to celebrate taking back the lead. That one's low and away for ball four. The Cubs now have 2 runners on first and second with 2 down, and Pat Murphy is coming out to make a pitching change, and he's going to bring in his closer. And just like that, he's bringing in the closer because this game is a must-win. It ain't over yet, but it's going to be interesting. So we'll see how this goes. Everyone in here, hopefully someone can tell me how the lacrosse loggers are doing, though I will probably have to just find that results on the internet when this is done. The Cubs have runners on first and second with 2 down as the Brewers closer Trevor McGill is coming into the game. And sorry, Met fans, of the two brothers, we have the better one. You can keep your McGill. You guys can keep him. We have the better one. But yes, here in Milwaukee, from Miller Parker, American Family Field, according to the sign now. Gotta love sponsorship. There is Trevor McGill coming in to try and end this game. So far this year, he's thrown 36 2/3 innings with a 2.21 ERA. As of now, this is not a save situation, but if just one run scores, it will become a save situation. The books on Yoho are not closed yet because he is still responsible for the runners on second and third. On first and second, not second and third. They did not try a double steal yet. Seiya Suzuki is 1 for 3 on the night with a single, a walk, and a run scored. He's hitting .252 on the year, 26 dingers. Now would be a time Cub fans would love for him to get one. That one is called for strike one, and right out of the gates, we have an 0-1 count here, and my computer's trying to freeze up at the worst possible time. It is an 0-1 count. My computer is freezing up, and I am hoping that I do not miss a damn thing here. And it is an 0-2 count now with the strike. The Cubs are down to their last strike. McGill in the windup. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. The Brewers have beat the Cubs, and first place is solely theirs. The Brewers have sole possession of first place as they get an 8-4 win over the Cubs. And we do this all again tomorrow. Well, I don't, because I'm going to be working in Gunderson. But, everybody, here we go. First place belongs solely to the Milwaukee Brewers once again. When everyone was counting out the Brewers, look who came back and won it again. And that is where I'm going to end this stream, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all have a good night. And remember, baseball, at the end of the day, it's just a game. We're all humans. Let's have fun and enjoy our lives. Go Brewers.